Hello, I am Timothy. I will be interviewing you, Alexandra Green, today. Alright, so my first question is, what drove you to be in the fashion modeling industry as a teenager?
Well, I didn't exactly start as a teenager. I always been interested when I was younger as well. So, I've been looking into it since I was 4 or 5.
Okay, so what drove you to start so early then?
I don't know. My cousin has done it, and she started at an early age, and she became really successful. And she always motivated me. So I guess she was my inspiration towards it.
All right. Well then, tell us about your education. Have you attended any fashion modeling courses?
My education, at school, well, I've done fashion classes, but they're not at school. I've done modeling classes, they're not at school. Even though they do have fashion shows at my school, I never done one.
Okay. So how does this work fit into your time schedule?
Well, it's complicated sometimes, but most of the time we make it work around school and everything else I do.
Okay. How do you handle stressful situations? I know this can come up an awful lot as within the modeling industry.
How do I handle stressful situations? I don't know, I think off bat, so when something happens, I usually have a plan B, of what to do
Okay.
if something does happen.
Okay. What would you say your greatest strength is?
My greatest strength in modeling?
Just in general.
I don't really know.
Okay. Well then, what about your greatest strength specifically in modeling, would you say?
Specifically in modeling, I guess my walk, I would say.
Okay. Alright. What would you say your greatest weakness is then?
My confidence.
Okay. So, why would you say that this is your weakness?
Because I've never really been that confident in myself. As I started modeling, I became less shy because I always have had a low self-esteem. But as I began to model, that began to boost up a lot more.
Okay. So then, what do you know about the advertisement industry?
Advertising industry. I don't know a lot about that, but my brother does because he takes photos and does things like that.
Okay. Well, that will be all that I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How'd it go? Good?
Yeah.
All right, who let's go next?
Dante.
Dante, okay.
What is your experience in modeling?
My experience, well, I officially started modeling over 2 years ago, so I started 2 years ago.
What are your goals for the future in modeling?
Well, I hope to be able to model in New York and in California, which I have modeled in California twice, and I'm just hoping to go back.
Does any of the modeling interfere with your schoolwork?
Well, not really my schoolwork, but mostly sometimes it does interfere with me going to school, but not really my schoolwork. I always find a way to manage.
Do you think this will be the career for the rest of your life?
I don't know. I always think about that. Would I want to do it for the rest of my life? I think I would, but I don't know.
Why were you interested in the start?
Well, I got interested from my cousin that also models, and she's a really big time model now.
How do you get ready for a photo shoot? Yeah, just a photo shoot.
Most of the time, I get my makeup done first, and then I have to change into the clothes. Then the photographer sets up, and then I start taking photos.
And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Joy.
When did you start your career?
I started my career over 2 years ago.
What do you like about your career?
I like the fact that I'm able to be myself when I'm walking. So, yeah.
Who inspired you?
My cousin.
Like, did you like when you started your career? And like,
Yes, I liked it very much because it took me out my comfort zone, which I was really scared of at first, but it got better.
did your schoolwork affect any of that?
No, not really. Sometimes with my school schedule, I wouldn't go to school, but with schoolwork, I always found a way to get it done.
That's all the questions I have.
Thank you.
Why did you start being a fashion model?
I started mostly because my cousin inspired me, but also because it was just something I have always wanted to do for myself.
What is mostly important to you about being a fashion model?
The most important thing to me about being a fashion model is, I guess, the support, because a lot of support means a lot to me. So,
How old were you when you started being a fashion model?
I was like 12. I think I was 12. Yeah.
Did you like going to school?
School. Yeah, I like school sometimes.
What was your favorite subject?
My favorite subject, well, I like to write, so my favorite subject has always been language arts. Thank you.
Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Can I ask you some questions?
Yeah.
And this is for them more than anything else, because I was trying to find some of your work online. Are there YouTube channels or any agencies that we can go to online to find like your work?
Like modeling?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't have a channel of me modeling, but I do have a YouTube channel. It's called Versatile Teens.
And what is that about?
It's basically a whole bunch of me and my friends, and we talk about different unique things that we do. We do makeup, we do a whole bunch of different tutorials.
Okay. Are any of the agencies that you work for, are they online that we can see any of your work?
No. No.
No? Okay. What about magazines? Any magazines have you?
Yes, I have been in a couple magazines, but I forget what they're called.
Mhm.
But I do have them. I have been in a British magazine, British Vogue.
I think I actually saw that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you've been in magazines, you have, how about TV commercials?
TV commercials. No, I have not been in any TV commercials,
Okay, good.
but my brother has.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll talk to him now. Yeah. All right, so you're good.
When did you start being a fashion model? I'm a photographer.
I started being a photographer about March of 2 years ago because I did New York Fashion Week 2 years ago, or was it last year in February?
What is most important to you in being a photographer?
The most important thing to me for doing photography is just reaching my goals.
What inspired you to be a photographer?
What inspired me to do photography is making movies.
How old were you when you started being a photographer?
when I started being a photographer, I was 10.
Did you like school?
School's alright, I guess.
Just what was your favorite subject?
My favorite subject is this like, are you talking about not like gym or just
No,
like,
I mean like
academic? Okay.
what
then
you
language-
like learn in class.
My favorite subject is probably social studies or language arts.
That's all my question.